Hello, I'm sure you are keeping safe. Today, our practical session shall be centered on ecological instruments. Ecological instruments. That is where our practical today shall be considering. We want to, we shall by God's grace practically demonstrate all the ecological instruments we have, all the ecological instruments. Okay, like you can see, we have some ecological instruments here. It's about 10 of them, in which it is used in the environment to measure things that are very, very key in the environment. Okay, and for example, there is no environment or an ecosystem where all of these are not available. For example, this is the rain gauge. This is the rain gauge. The rain gauge. Do you know what it is used for? It's used to measure the amount of rainfall. It's used to measure the amount of rainfall. Whenever it rains, whenever it is raining, you put the rain gauge outside like this. Maybe on a stand. Probably you can do something like this. You can do it like this. Okay? And put it on a stand like this. Let the rain. You can see I put a chair here. Okay? I now put this on it. As the rain falls into it, it has a funnel. It has a funnel here. This is the funnel. Here is the funnel. Okay. What the funnel does is to take in all the rain, all the water that drops, okay, and make sure none of them is lost. This is the funnel. It also has a measuring cylinder. What the measuring cylinder does is to measure. The measuring cylinder is, of course, calibrated. The measuring cylinder is calibrated. And what the measuring cylinder does is that it is in it, the funnel of the rain gauge is inserted. So as it rains, the water begins to drop in the funnel here. It drops in the funnel here, and it is all, everything is in this pack. Okay. Now, if you have leftover, maybe this is filled, and you have leftover dropping here. Am I communicating? Okay. Whenever you bring it out like this, you first of all measure. The measurement of this is 10 centimeter, 10 millimeter rainfall. This is the maximum of this measuring cylinder. You will empty it into a place. Then you will gradually take this, okay, pour it again, put it elsewhere. Pour this again, put it elsewhere. Pour it again, put it elsewhere. Until you are able to measure. This is how it is measured. When they say the temperature fall, the rainfall of Abeokuta or Nigeria is 250 millimeter or 250 centimeter. This is how it is being measured. They will put the rain gauge in the rain when it is raining. That is when you do this experiment. You do it when it is raining. Okay, you put the funnel and the measuring cylinder in it, and the rain continues to drop here. So that is how this is done. It is called rain gauge. We also have here this is what we call quadrants. That's what we call quadrants. What is a quadrant used for? A quadrant is used to measure the quantity of plants, the amount. For example, and you spin it like this. You spin the quadrant. You spin it like this. Okay. Let's assume you want to know the population of a particular species of organism that is present. You want to know the population of a particular species of organism that is present. Okay. And for example, you want to take count of this part of the species of, for example, corn or maize in a farmland. To know that, okay, I'm sure you can remember that population is simply defined as the total number of a particular species of organism, a particular. So, for example, if a population census is to be taken, and you want to take population of human beings and both together, that is not population again. it is something else. We cannot take that to be what? To be population. Okay, it has to be organisms of the same species. It has to be organisms of what? Of the same species. So it is spin. You do it like 50 times. It is done for about 50 times. Okay, you spin it for about 50 times, and you will take, okay, each time you spin, you have corn here. Each time you spin, you have maize here. Each time you spin, you have corn, you have corn, you have corn. Okay, you have coconut, and they will all fall in between the holes here. It falls in between the holes here, in between the holes, and that is how you take population of a particular sample of organism. Is that taken? So now this is meter rule. Meter rule. This is meter rule. Meter rule. It is used to measure the length. It is used to measure the length of organisms in a place, or to measure the length, not only of organisms, or the distance in the environment. Okay, for example, you want to know the length of a plot of land, or the space occupied by a particular organism. Here we use this, we measure. Okay, from here to here is 50, from here to here is 50, from here to here is 50. We can use it to measure the plot of land occupied by some organisms. Here is a sweep net. Here is a sweep net. This is sweep net. Sweep net. It can also be used as insect net anyway. What you use is to get insects, the population of insects in a place. You use it to get the population of insects or organisms, insects generally, in a place. Am I communicating? This is a sweep net. This is a sweep net. Okay, you spin it, organisms falls in there. So we use it to know the number of insects prevalent in a place. Okay, but you cannot use this for fishing. No. It is too small for fishing. Anyway, it depends on the size of fish you want to do. Okay, this is what we call a wind vane. Wind vane. We use it to measure the direction of wind. It is used to measure the direction. You know, we have the north, we have south, we have west, and we have east. We want to know the direction of either for the wind or sometimes for the rain. So we want to use it to know the direction. This is concerned with direction. Here is thermometer. Here is what? Thermometer. This is thermometer. Here is thermometer. Okay? This is thermometer, for example. We have several types of thermometer. We have several types of thermometer. We have mercury, we have minimum and maximum thermometer. We have mercury in glass thermometer. We have alcohol in glass thermometer. Okay. All these, temperature is used to measure the temperature of an environment. Actually, medically, it is also used to measure the temperature of the organism. It is used to measure the temperature of the organism. But we use it, okay, for example, we say the temperature of Lagos State is high. They use the thermometer. It is calibrated. It's calibrated. I'm sure you can see. It is calibrated. We use the thermometer to measure the amount or the amount of the temperature of an environment. We use it to measure the temperature of a place. We use it to measure the temperature of organisms present. Okay, the temperature of an environment. Temperature of an environment. Here is the thermometer. Here is the thermometer. Beautiful. Of course, I have told you how it is used. You will put it, you will bring it out. Okay, it's very sensitive. You bring it out, then you place, you allow it. It will be reading. It will be reading. It will continue to read the temperature. Like as we are here now. Okay, this is a room, for example. The room temperature is supposed to be 27. Okay, when you look closely, you will see that at the point where you have 27 degrees Celsius, you have it to be around this point. And this is the point where the mercury in it, or the silver part, is. So we have it to be 27 here. Okay, we have it here to be 27. Okay, around this part, the silver part measures heat there. Okay, that is temperature for you. Okay, or better still, you can use it. This is still thermometer. This is still thermometer. Okay, this is still thermometer. Okay, you can use it to measure the temperature of that particular place. Okay, but in the hospital they put it under the armpit to measure the temperature of the body, and that is 37 degrees Celsius. But of a room is 27. But of environment, it can be 200, it can be 100, it can be 130, it can be, as the case may be, based on the sunshine in that place. Okay, beautiful. Here we have aneroid barometer. Here is barometer. Here is barometer. This is barometer. Barometer is used to measure pressure. Is used to measure pressure. Barometer is used to measure what? Is used to measure pressure. Okay. And how is it used? You just hang it in a place or put it there in an environment where you want to use to measure the pressure. There is a slippery hand here. Okay. It will continue to move. It will continue to move as you it will continue to calibrate, so it will continue to measure, it will be diverging until the temperature of the actual place, until the temperature of the place we are in question is what? Is appropriately taken. Okay, we use this to measure pressure, atmospheric pressure. We use it to measure the pressure of an environment. Okay. Here is another apparatus called clinostats. This is an apparatus called clinostats. What is clinostat used for? Clinostat is used most especially in measuring irritability of in plants, like the tropism, nastism, and all this. You use it to measure how sensitive the organism is. Okay, like you want to measure geotropism, you use a clinostat. It's used in irritability studies or sensitivity studies, be it geotropism, tropism, nastism, tactism, most especially in tropism. This is clinostat. And how is it operated? You also put it in that place. Okay, then you roll this. This is the cup part here, and the calibration goes. So we use it to measure the irritability status or the tropism, nastism stuff of an environment. We are still moving forward where we shall be learning more, okay, about all these apparatus. Here is dissecting sets. This is dissecting sets. I hope one of these days we shall practically display dissection. How you can dissect an organism. Where we bring the liver, we will bring the kidney out, we bring the liver, bring the kidney, bring every part of the organism out. Okay? This is a dissecting set. Okay? This is the scissors in it. You use it to tear the organism, to cut the organism. And you cut in such a way that you can still restitch it. You can stitch the organism again. Okay? You use all this. This is a dissecting set. This is the scissors there. Okay? We have the scalpel. You use it to hold because it's not advisable. Of course, as a matter of fact, you put on glove. Okay? You use it to hold. Okay? This is the what? The scalpel. This is the scalpel here. All right. And we have the lens here. Okay? Which you use to magnify. You use it to magnify the. You use it for magnification of the organism, of the object or organism you want to see, possibly if it is not clear. Okay, this is what we call dissecting sets. This is what we call dissecting sets. In it, there are a lot of apparatus there. We have the scalpel, we have the blade, we have the scissors for cutting and tearing. Like many years ago, it's about 20 years now, when I was doing my practical, my project in the university, I used a dissecting set because I have to dissect an organism, bring out the liver, bring out the kidney, check the enzyme. I injected a chemical that makes the organism sterile or infertile. Then I injected another chemical that makes it sterile. Sorry, that makes it fertile. So we were checking for several parameters: the degree, the amount of estrogen, progesterone, was it actually sterile around this time, was it this and that. So that's what we were basically doing. Everybody make sure you enable your video. Everybody enable your video. I like to see you all. Okay, here is test tube. We use it to put stuffs in the practical. Actually, it's not ecological anyway, but it will be part of what we may use or need, okay, in the ecology. I will show you some more